director of the Marvels, Nia DaCosta, reveals that it was her choice to cut the Marvels to a very short runtime. And she even revealed that when she started production of the film, she told Marvel Studios, "I want this thing to be under 2 hours at all costs." Well, I suppose it's good to hear that it wasn't Marvel Studios mandating that this thing be so fast that it feels like an episode of TV, but hey, here we are and we are talking about it. So this came at us from a recent interview that Nia DaCosta did with Digital Spy, where they asked her about the shortest Marvel runtime at 1 hour and 45 minutes. And she said, well, if you look at that, that's actually pretty average for a film. A lot of films are also around an hour and 35 to an hour and 55, so we're right there in the sweet spot. And she says that right from the get-go, she knew what the story was going to be, they knew what the story needed to be, and that this was a easy enough decision for her to take the job and say, I want this to be under 2 hours. And that Marvel Studios did not have a problem with this, and that she was allowed free reins to sort of make the film as long as she wanted, which is why she landed at 1 hour and 45 minutes. And she said that this is one of those films where they had to do things a little differently because of what they were doing here in terms of the story, the characters, and exactly what it was setting up, but also what it was playing off of. And that it worked for her in regards to what these ideas were, which obviously she wants to avoid spoilers, and that once you see the film, it's hopefully going to make sense to you in regards to its runtime. Now again, I always go back to some of those other Marvel Studios runtimes. I remember when Ant-Man 1, when that runtime hit, a lot of people were disappointed. But you watch that film, and honestly, there's a couple scenes where you could remove a couple of minutes here or there and make it even tighter, and the film would probably end up being a little better, faster, and snappier. So we'll see ultimately once people get a couple viewings under their belt, whether they agree that this film should be the length it is or not. And again, that's still going to depend on individual people. We're already kind of seeing some mumblings in regards to, well, it should have been a lot longer. But again, you can't make that statement without seeing what the other one would be, because you never know. Could Marvel's Spider-Man 2 have been a 150-hour game? Sure. But what are you going to do? You're probably going to be doing 80 hours worth of cleaning up New York with random side quests to add filler. It didn't need that. So at a length of 18 to 22 hours, it's pretty perfect.